Ladies and gentlemen, I believe the Oscars are the most important ceremony in the entire world.
Yes, me too.
I don't care about Trump's impeachment.
No, neither do I.
I don't care about the countless environmental disasters we've been having.
Ah, God, no!
What matters is that presumably some white people will win some great awards and be recognized. Yes. Oscars. Can't wait. Screen Junkies, Honest Trailers, our friends over there have put together a video I have been most anticipating because it's that time of the year for the Academy Awards. Honest Trailers, the Oscars. Tara? You've seen every Best Picture nomination.
I sure have, baby.
That's right. So let's watch the Honest Trailers breakdown for us. You're friends with John Bailey, right?
I love John Bailey. Epic voice. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we're segueing. Woo! So excited.
It's time once again for the Oscars.
We're not worthy!
The award show that everyone says is irrelevant until the nominations come out and everyone gets pissed off all over again.
Every day I wake up and I hope
Now, here are this year's nominees for Best Picture.
Oh my God.
Which the Academy may have even seen before they voted. Based on a real-life race war. Wait, that didn't come out right. Comes the movie you'll be watching every Father's Day.
I love this
from
movie.
now until they remake True
too.
Grit again. Featuring Matt Damon as racing pioneer Carroll Shelby and Christian Bale as himself. And if you're still wondering which stars playing Ford and which stars Ferrari, then maybe this isn't the movie for you. Here, try this old version of Marriage Story instead.
Kramer v.
Wait, they're
Kramer.
both Kramer? How? That car v Supercar, Le Mans of Justice. From the director who won an Oscar for filming a bag, comes a perilous journey across a World War I themed Call of Duty map, where each checkpoint is one of the UK's hottest hunks.
Yes.
All in a desperate race to stop the pointless loss of 1,600 men, or at least delay their deaths by about a week. Tops. That's all blended into one never-ending shot, capturing the horrors of war, the chaos of battle, and the desperation of never knowing when it's okay to go to the bathroom during the movie. It is so meticulously crafted that much like the sentence, you may not notice that it's been one long run-on until part of the way into it. But by then, it will be too late to go back to the beginning and analyze where the places are that it was stitched together. So you just sit there, conscious of the fact that it's still going, until you get so used to the fact that there still hasn't been a cut point that you forget you were even looking for one until the very end when it's over, and you realize that while the
So
patches may have
true.
been obvious in some places, it's still impressive to do something that can go on for this long without losing its entertainment value.
Uncut Gem.
He's fought the Gotham Police, Batman, and the Suicide Squad. But on Oscar night, the Joker will face off against his most powerful nemesis of all, Martin Scorsese, in a knockdown grudge match to determine once and for all if comic book movies are real cinema, or they're, in his words, theme parks. I hope not, because I do not want to take my kids to Joker World. Disorder of the Phoenix.
Nice.
From Greta Gerwig's boyfriend comes a story about Greta Gerwig's boyfriend's ex-wife in this thinly veiled retelling of his own divorce. Only this time, everyone has to call him a genius.
It's a genius, Greta. You're a genius. His genius.
His genius.
He became a genius.
What a different perspective.
So if you like custody battles, mom hair, and amateur drywall removal, you'll love White Spouse Dad. First, he killed Hitler. Next, he avenged slavery. Now, watch as Quentin Tarantino changes history to save old Hollywood. Yay! With Leonardo DiCaprio as a washed-up star of dad shows, and Brad Pitt as the most charming alleged wife murderer since O.J. These old chums will foil the Manson family killings any minute now. And oh, there he is. Oh, no, not yet. Wait, now we're watching TV? What's going on here? Summer of '69. It's been adapted 4 times for theaters, and even more for television, including an anime?
What? I gotta watch that one.
Now, see a version that returns to Little Women's roots. A book you were assigned in high school that you flipped around to the important bits to cram for an essay. In this classic tale of 4 little women and the even littler boy who's working his way through them one at a time. With a powerful message for girls. You don't have to choose between marriage, family, and career as long as a distant relative dies and leaves you a massive fortune. Oh, and marry a hot doctor anyway. Couldn't hurt. The whitest kids you know. Plucky young racist Jojo Rabbit loves 2 things. The promise of a 1,000-year Reich and to
I
dance.
love him.
Oh, he's great.
Yes.
But he's not
amazing.
alone. Meet his pals Sam Rockwell and Rebel Wilson, who put the Z-A-N-Y in N-A-Z-I.
Hey, hello, guys.
Featuring double Oscar nominee Scarlett Johansson. Wow, how did she do that? It's gotta be the shoes. And starring Adolf Hitler as you've never seen him before. Hilarious. If you're looking for laughs, only one movie is the final solution. Boy Meets World War II. Get ready for a Korean film about class, and you just stop listening. Look, you only have to watch one foreign film, okay? So put on your glasses and strap in as a struggling family cons their way above the poverty line while working for the worst kinds of rich people. Rich people. House Hunters International. Prepare for a masterclass from actors Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, and their creepy de-aged avatars.
Yeah.
For an epic saga exploring the relationship between the Teamsters Union and organized crime that you're still working your way through because you hear good things about The Witcher, and they disrupt the new season of Montage House. And what's the server? That looks like fun. Look, I'm sure the second half of the movie is just as good as the first half. Let's just assume it all ends well for everyone. Maybe they even make it back to Ireland. That'd be nice, right? Add to my watch list.
Oh, snap.
Starring the biggest trends in Best Pictures this year. Inappropriate laughter.
저기 그 기하께서는 저기 지금 웃는 건가? 내 말 들려요?
Don't you think that's funny?
Class divides. Hidden rooms. Cowboys and Indians.
What are you burning? What are you burning?
Precocious kid scenes.
He's a genius, you know. I'm your once in
Precocious
every
kids.
50 or 100 years kind of genius.
What are you, 12?
I'm 8.
You're a soldier now? At your surface. But you're only 11. I know.
Winter release dates. Getting to a meeting on time.
And you're late. What? You're late. And it was traffic.
The second are due to attack the line shortly after dawn tomorrow. You think you can get there in time?
Charlie finally arrived 2 hours late to pick up Henry at Nicole's mother's house.
I was waiting for you. I was there.
It's so funny.
Sharing actors.
Oh.
White people dancing.
White people dancing.
Also, not starring the following completely snubbed films.
Yeah.
Thank
that deserve
you.
at least some kind of recognition
agree.
alongside these 9.
Yes.
I need to watch The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
My friend wrote that movie.
Your friend wrote that? I mean,
I used to listen.
I want to meet you.
That is nice. That is nice.
The Oscars
My friend wrote that movie.
2020. If Joker's up for 11 awards, they'll have to show at least 11 clips of it. Oh no, this is a worldwide broadcast. What if people realize they live in a society? By Jack Dar's Hammer. What a trailer. In a movie so bad, you can literally never watch it, and it wouldn't make any difference. This ish just got real.
Ah.
Only weirdos sleep without a fan.
Yep, I sleep with a fan on every night.
Me too.
Me too. It's a common thing. This was hysterical. This was truly one of their funniest ones I've had in a while.
Why don't you go die in the other room and I'll take care of this video.
Great job to the writers at Honest Trailers. The editing was fantastic. John Bailey, another epic voice job, especially like the voice he did on Little Women. Had no idea there was an animated one.
Hey, baby.
I should watch that one.
No, it looked creepy. You should not watch it.
Little Woman, I gotta say, I don't know what it is about that story. I don't know why I can't identify it as a man.
Wow.
I've seen several versions, and I appreciate the Greta Gerwig one. That's actually probably my favorite one I've seen of them so far. Like, the acting is phenomenal in it. I'm not drawn to the story. It's just not for me. I've seen a few versions now. It's just not for me.
Not even with a quote she says. She's like, I don't even care about what she cares about. She's like, I just want to be loved.
Though there were moments, like, I liked it. I just... After several versions of this movie, maybe one day I'll read the book and I'll be like, I get it now. But when I watch the movies, I don't know. I think Saoirse Ronan's incredible in the film. Florence Pugh's amazing in it too. I like Timothée Chalamet. The whole thing with Timothée Chalamet, just that character, you know, falling in love with the two sisters, always just reads like weird and creepy to me. Anyway.
He always loved her first, though.
Yeah,
Saoirse Ronan's character, before he loved Florence Pugh's character, she denied him.
Still, it's... whatever. I'm in the minority on this, apparently. Let's talk about some other movies.
You are. It's a great movie.
Their jab at Christian Bale playing himself, very true. I thought he was incredible in the movie. I like when Christian Bale actually gets some time to be a little bit humorous, a little bit comedic, because he's usually so heavy. Even in that film, he goes for the heavy, obviously. There's so much personality, and he is really funny a lot of the time. I actually think Matt Damon is severely under-recognized in that film. I think he gives a really subtle performance, which greatly balances Christian Bale's performance. I think everyone's eyes go to Christian Bale because he's Ken Miles. He's really loud and bombastic. But Matt Damon, I think, is just as good in that movie.
I think the best part about that movie, where Matt Damon truly shines, is when he goes to talk to his son at the end of the movie. He gives him the wrench, and you can see deep inside the pain, without him saying any words, of recognizing that there's a kid now without a father.
Yeah.
And there is now a wife without a husband. And they weren't like perfect, because they struggled, even though his wife supported him 100% in his racing. There was still so many struggles there. It reads all across his face that when he's there in person, that it fully registers what these people are now going through and what he is also going through, but can't step into bringing back that part of his life yet, because you both need to grieve separately.
Did you see 1917 in the theaters or at home?
I saw it in the theaters.
Hell yeah. That is one of the best movie theater experiences I've ever had. First off, George McKay's leading performance in that, no one talks about it. It should have been in the conversation for Best Actor nomination. I think everyone looks at the technical achievement of that film, but George McKay is incredible in the movie. But the editing of it's so true. Like, it took me like 20 minutes before I just settled in and wasn't focused on this whole one take illusion that the film was doing. But also, a lot of people don't give the editing credit for that film because there's so many hidden cuts throughout it, and the whole point of the editor, you're not supposed to notice when the cuts were there. The editor does such a great job, and everyone's like, oh, it's supposed to look like one take, so why consider the editor for it? But their commentary, checking in and out of the movie, wondering about the one take, was definitely consistent for me, where I would start to go, wait, where did they cut this? How did they do that? I would start to get a little pulled out just because of the technical achievement that they pulled off with it.
Yeah, I mean, that whole movie is pre-planned before, so it's already edited before they even shoot it, which is why I recognize that the editor is like, I already know where I'm going to make a cut. I was distracted in the first 10 minutes of the movie. I was like, oh my God, they haven't cut. And then when you recognize there's a blackout when they first go into the bunker that eventually blows up, that I think that's the first cut. I'm not positive on that. But
that's a long time into the movie.
I looked and I was like, damn. Because even when they go down through those trenches, they actually time that out to do 360-degree turns with the camera with zero cuts, so they continue to follow the actors all the way through that trench, which is bonkers to me.
We've talked about Joker plenty on this channel. I hope it wins one award. I will add, a lot of times when actors are winning a bunch of awards, they give certain political speeches and whatnot. I think Joaquin Phoenix has been doing it the absolute best in terms of making important statements for our culture, society, whatever. Like the one he just gave at the BAFTA Awards was great. After his environmental speech at the Golden Globes, representing more people of color at the BAFTA, I'm now just curious to see what he has to say
at the Oscars,
because he's gonna win, and I'm curious to see like what's the third thing Joaquin Phoenix is gonna talk about.
But I like how he always thanks everyone for dealing with him as well. Thank you so much for dealing with me, and I'm like, that's how I feel.
He always shows up looking like he's drunk, but but then he says some of the most important, profound
Like
stuff
profound
you can
things,
hear.
yeah.
Parasite, out of all the Best Picture nominees, 1917 comes close, but Parasite gave me so much anxiety. That was a different, like, I actually watched it at home on a screener. I had to like get up and like walk around because it was so intense. If you guys haven't seen Parasite, and if you're not used to watching a foreign language film, trust me, you'll be able to...
None of that matters. Watch it.
You'll be able to settle in really fast. It is easily one of the best movies of the year. Undoubtedly the most intense experience I've had out of any movie that year. 1917 comes pretty close, but Parasite was like an anxiety attack.
The moment with the lights... the end shows such a huge sign where you're like, oh, he's a parasite, but he's a parasite who has so much respect for the man whose house he's living in, that one subtle move with him just switching the lights with his head, I was like, what? Yeah. This is art, man. Also, Joaquin Phoenix's laugh, I just have to say, the Joker, it's so good.
Incredible.
I practiced that. I practiced it.
Not even close to.
It was so close.
He's got like 5 different laughs, and
so
that doesn't sound like
close.
any of them.
So close.
Okay. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
No, wait. I'll try one more time. Like almost dead on, right? Like you were like, Joaquin.
Let's do a jump cut. Their commentary on Marriage Story paints the whole movie in a different light for me now. I thought that was Greta Gerwig's husband.
It's her boyfriend.
It's her boyfriend, and I didn't know that it was her boyfriend, Noah Baumbach, was doing I felt like there was...
a story about his divorce?
Yeah. And I know
she's like awkward now.
She helped him do some of the writing for it, and I know there's like some release and cathartic experiences when you get like 2 writers coming together where I can understand like the respect they had for one another. For me, I'd be like, that's kind of an awkward thing. That joke, though, that they had about everyone's calling him a genius, I thought was just so freaking funny. Yeah.
I think it's great, too. Well, also, Adam Driver helped Noah Baumbach a lot on that script, meaning before he even wrote the script, he talked to Adam Driver because they've worked together all of the time.
Oh,
He's
really?
like his top actor that he chooses.
Oh.
And him and Adam Driver had a big discussion about it because Adam Driver has been divorced once. And actually, when Scarlett filmed The Marriage Story, she was going through her 2nd divorce. So it's a bunch of divorced people being like, yeah, this feels right.
It's not called it's called Marriage Story. The sequel is going to be called The Marriage Story. Irishman, you guys know how much I love that film. I saw it in the theaters, incredible experience. But what they're talking about, very true. I've met a lot of people who either haven't finished it. We live in this weird culture with film and TV where we'll watch like hours of television, but the thought of sitting down to watch a 3.5-hour movie, we're like, nah.
I can't!
Too long. But we'll binge watch a whole show in like a day. But the thought of watching a movie for 3.5 hours, like, no, it's way too long. I don't want to commit to that. But I guess there's a different mentality associated because when you're binge watching, a lot of times you're not planning to binge the whole thing. You just end up going, yeah, sure, I'll watch the next episode. Guys, watch The Irishman if you haven't seen it already.
Watch it. But also, my favorite moment that I think every lady should take home, a quote from this movie, The Irishman, is where he says, I chose us over him. And I'm like, yeah, ladies could learn from that. And then they're like, f*** 'em. And then he's like, f*** 'em. And then he's like, f*** 'em. You're gonna have to beep all those. Doesn't matter. That was my favorite part of the film, where eventually at the end of the day, when you turn old, that you hope that you can be able to say to someone that you're like, I chose us over him. You know what I mean? Unless him was like super cool and like your person or soulmate or something, but they weren't, okay? I love that part in the movie. I hope you keep this in and don't cut it all out. You probably cut it all out. Fuck him. I think also we can learn a lot from Scorsese in how to say fuck 'em in your everyday life to lead to more happiness. I wrote a blog about that too. Okay, I'm done talking.
Thank you, Honest Trailers, for putting this together. Thank you, Tara, for being here. Guys, check out Tara's blog, talkingtara.com. What do you talk about on that blog?
Oh, I talk about a lot of things. Life, loss, love, and fun. Also, check out my YouTube channel. Also, I got a show on AfterBuzz TV called Why Aren't You Watching, where I pick a new show for you every week, and I tell you why to watch it. There you go, Gregory.
Subscribe to Screen Junkie, subscribe to Tara's channel, subscribe to Real Rejects, click the notification bell, and it's time for a Patron of the Day shoutouts! Anissa Oliva. Anissa, my sweetheart. You don't really care to hear from me, even though I'm the one who talks to you all the time. You got a big crush on John, so come on, John. Take down your hair and shout her out.
Anissa, I just wanted to say happy 2020 to you. Thank you for being here, sticking with us. You have so much determination. I know you started up your own channel just recently. Keep at it. Keep dedicated to it. Make some videos where you cover us so that we can have like a symbiotic content feeding relationship. That way, if you blow up, we just get even bigger than you can afford to increase your pledge.
This is what you like.
I tried to go with a little bit of John and a little bit of Greg in this shout.
This is what you like,
This is
Anissa.
what happens when I try to
Hey,
emulate you.
She apparently doesn't care about me. This is the sexual appeal you got here, huh?
It is. It is. You want some? Let's do some gyrations there. Oh yeah. Let's drop it. You couldn't.
Believe it or not, that's how John actually dances in public.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm learning to just loosen up my body. That's step one of dancing," said the guy who's not good at dancing.